Hello and welcome to the Monday Night NASCAR Drydene 100. I am your host, Alexander Gangler. We're hoping to have the stream on the In-Cast Racing Network, the actual physical channel. We're going through a rebrand currently. It just so happened that technical problems decide not to be on our side and such. So we're back on this channel for now, and hopefully our next event will be on that other channel. Let's go through your starting grid here. We're going to have one extra pace lap. And let's go through your starting grid. Starting pole position is Michael Skinner in the 3 car. Second place will be Joseph Lester in the 8. You may think this is a very familiar starting grid to Darlington. Well, it's exactly right. This is your front row, the same 2 cars, same 2 positions. Nick Stein in the 71, starting in the second row on the inside. RJ Root on the outside in the second row. Fry Hubbard locks out your top 5. Then Johnny Gadden, Robert Nestor, and Ryan Samuelson are your top 8. Austin Story, Damian Lester complete your top 10. Jarrett Phillips, Jarrett Small, Grant Thompson, Tyler Connolly, and Devin Medeiros is your top 15. And then Bennett Allen, Cavaggio Holt, Brian Ternowski, Sean Taylor, and Dave Regal is your top 20. And the final few starters here are going to be Chris Claude in the 10, Bear Coffey, Alan Henson, and Leo Boncasa. Jarek Jacobs and Jeffrey O'Rourke for 26 cars in the field. You see, the field is currently pacing, and we should get the green this time by. iRacing Pace Car has the lights off. Oh, nope, the lights are back on the iRacing Pace Car. So we're going to have one more lap, which isn't the worst of all things. We talked about it to Race Control. We're having our technical problems, and they agreed to 2 pace laps, so we just have to go with what they have. Again, very sorry for the delay and the very hard problems that we've been facing with the stream. So that's why we went back, like I said, here. But we got the thing streamed. So that at the end of the day, that's not the biggest problem as long as we have the live stream somewhere. Looks like now the iRacing Pace Car has their lights turned off here. We're going to go green this time by. And let's talk about your current second place starter. Joseph Lester has lots of proof today. Ran into some problems in the Sunday night race, and he believes that he has to run a couple more races and get better, get cleaner. His problem from according to the other drivers is that he just is very aggressive from the starting block. Michael Skinner, same way. We saw him at Darlington, not under the same pressure as Lester, but he also, remember, he wrecked out Lester on the first lap of Darlington in this series. Very aggressive, these first top 2 drivers. And Nick Stein, Lester's teammate, also fairly aggressive. He can be aggressive when he needs to be. He also has a little bit of patience, though. As the field takes off the way the field goes in the turn number 1, side by side. You have the 3 and the 8. The 8 on the high side, the 3 on the low side. The 3 takes off and starts off the race with getting to the front of the pack. Lester starts up behind him as the field gets pretty single filed out early on. I heard about these drivers saying that the track might get a little slick. And we have quite a bit here as we have the 24 and the 23, 23 on the high side, 24 on the low side. The 1 now trying to look low of the 23. Oh, as the 17 is up in the fence, we have 1 car blinking. I don't remember who that is. Couldn't quite get the number off the side of the car. And the 23 now on the high side, still trying to blow by the 1. The 1 not quite clear of the 23. The 23 is just holding his line. It's now the 54 gets on by the 23, and then the 1's just dropped back. Something happened to that 1 car there. There he is. You see he's really slow. Something happened to him. and he fell really far back. He's still dropping back now. Something's wrong in that one car. He's dropped now down at least 10 spots from where he hit the wall, and he's still slow. Something might be broken in that one car. Something possibly is going wrong. But one thing's for sure, he's off the pace. We got battle now here for second. Joseph Lester in front of this little pack. We've got a 3-car break with the 71 and 69 cars are both behind them. And the 8 car of Lester, he's aggressive. He won't let you all on by. He'll race you until you're either by him or you're behind him. As the 8 car now on the high side, 71 on the low side. 69 now the car now is battling the 8 car. As Nick Stein gets on by, the 69 on the low side, 8 on the high side. Lester looks like he's going to start letting people by now. And the 18 again now side by side with the 8 on the high, 8 on the high side, 8 now letting the 18 by 11. This is probably the smartest move that I've seen from this car so far in this race. I know it's early, but you have to let some of these drivers by, especially this early in the race, as fast as they are. Don't worry about what your car is doing, because you have a lot of time in this race. 100 laps to fix it. I don't know what the field runs are going to be like this race. As you see the 81 now making the move on the 5, as he is the fastest lap holder of this event. Same thing with the 5 and the 24. 24 on the low side, 5 on the high side. 5 of Gadden looking to hold Bennett Allen off. Bennett Allen on the offensive here. Allen just drives right on by the 5. We got another battle here now. This is for 11th. We have Story and the 12 of Medeiros. Story's just actually driving away here. This must have been passed a while back. See, we have another battle here. The 18 and the 11. 11 of Nestor. 18 of Fry Hubbard. Hubbard on the high side. Nestor on the inside. Nestor looking down low. He's on the offensive. He's going to get by the 18. 18 is just going to let him by. That whole team, though, of Go Faster Racing, they don't look like they have some speed. Maybe this is a long run car. As you see the 69 car in the fence. He's now on the high side. 11 of Nestor on the low side. 11 up high. He clears the 69 machine of RJ Root now. Looks like he's running a little bit higher line. And that's going to allow the 18 of Hubbard to get by him. Hubbard on the inside, Roots on the outside. The 69 car trying to hold off the 18. 18 on the inside. What's going to happen on that corner exit here? The 69 is going to let off just a little bit more. And as we have a possibly motor being, we have a problem with the motor of the 69 car here. You see that front end damage, and that's going to be popped. That engine has already expired. He has to make an entire other lap around here. What a shame for the 69 car of RJ Root. Possibly left this qualifying setup. These teams really run the maximum amount of tape they basically can run. As you can see, there's a lot of purple on the grill. I don't know if that's part of it or not. But what a shame for the 69 car now. They're going to have to go the entire distance around the track. He was in 3rd place at the time of the issue. Now he's fallen all the way to 25th, now 26th. He's the last car on the race, and that's 30 minutes of iRacing repairs right there. What a shame for that car. He had a pretty solid day up to this point. I know it's early, but he had a solid day that he had going up to this point. He is done for the time being. And now we have an battle here for 8th. You have the 18 and the 54. 54 holding off the 18 for now. Looks like the 18 does have a little bit less speed than the 54. That battle is already over. As the 8 of... Never mind. That's just a site connection problem there on the 8 of Lester. As we have Austin Story now on the high side. 17 now going on the offensive. This is the thing we've seen about all these Go Faster Racing cars. They are very, very, very slow off the get-go at this track. I don't know what it is. You have the only really fast one you have here is the 8 of Joseph Lester and Nick Stein even, but they've fallen back from where they were, and if it wasn't that problem for the car in front of them, they would still be back again. And all their other cars are starting to fall back as well. I don't know if that's just kind of correlated or what that is. I see a lot of people getting those Darlington stripes at Dover. And oh, it's a 17. Look how sideways he was. He's going to go down low of the 23. Want to go look at my time and score and see if I can find another battle. And look up, and the 17 is super sideways off the corner. 23 is let him on by. See, again, we have that 11 of Nestor. He's been on the move. He started fairly far back in this race. He's already moved up to second. Lester again falling back one spot. That's not terrible in this point of the race. You see the 7 car of Derek Jacobs. He's already 1 lap down. He's the first one to go 1 lap down other than RJ Root, who's on pit road. And he has also been declared out of this event. RJ Root, the first did not finisher of this event. His race gets cut short on lap 13 of 100. So we got a little bit more of a battle here. You have that one car I looked up, and that one, he looked a little twitchy as well. But they hit that car, was a little bit out of the track, exiting turn 2. I don't know if that's just kind of how that went or how that is, but let's see something else here. Oh. Yeah, we have the 8 of Lester. He's as we also have a battle now for the 71 to 5. 5 on the inside, 71 on the low side. 5 clears the 71. The 71 is put him down to 6th position, as it looks like he might be able to go back. No, he's not going to rally back here. The 71's just going to get a little bit more gapped as we have a car behind him here. That's going to be for position. The 24 there, looks like that little bit of a battle we thought was coming started to come to a close. You have the 12 and the 54 here. The 12 looks like he's fallen back on the 54. He was the pro for a short time there, but now he's starting to fall on back. We also have the 21 here and the 48 trying to hold off the 21. Looks like he's doing just that currently. That gap is not gaining or decreasing. Actually, that gap is now starting to increase between those 2 cars. And that will be that for that battle. As we have the 71 of Nick Stein. He was running 3rd place. He is now on pit road. It looks like that car has had some sort of rear end damage. It looks like it has had a ton of rear end damage. I don't know what else is wrong with that car, but he's in pit road. And if you can find another thing about that car, he's on pit road. He must be getting some sort of damage repairs. Oh, we got some other ones on pit lane. We have the 32, the 9, and the 1. Is this early pit strategy here? I can't imagine it to be so. I don't know why they pit here. There's 3 of them on pit road. But I don't, and that's, like I said, that's the 9, the 32, and the 1. Maybe they're all caught up in the same instant. I can't imagine they all pit the same lap. Caution is not out. It's still green. So it's not even like they're pitting for that. So I don't know what happened, but they definitely are all going to pit road together. Maybe they're on the same strategy. 2 of them are on the same team, I believe. 2 of those are Go Faster racing cars, the 1 and the 9. So that could be part of it. Because we do have a battle here, or what will become a battle here. Yeah, the 18, the 00 Pi, 18 of Hubbard down low. Vaja trying to hold off the 18 looking down low. Oh, as 00 gets up into the fence, he's going to slow way down. The 18 is just going to drive right on by. And it looks like maybe the 24 might have a run for the 00 here now. After that impact with the wall. 00 right now is right in between those two cars, the 18 and the 24. And right now that's where it looks like he's going to stay for the time being. It also looks like we're going to have a battle here between the 24 and the 89. 89 looking to pass the 24. 24 trying to hold off the 89. 89 looking down low. He gets there. 89 down low. 24 up high. 89 down to apron there. He had to check on him up so he didn't slide into the quarter panel. The 24 better move there. That was a great move to have. You don't see that a lot in iRacing. A lot of people on iRacing try to hold that line, try to get every little bit they can, and it just doesn't turn out for them. It's a good move from the 89 there, Sean Taylor. Taylor now trying to look down low, the 24, 24 up high, 89. Looks like he hasn't cleared. 89 is just going to drive right on by the 24. As got the fastest lap being put down by Nick Stein, 23.311. We saw that. We saw him and how he was one of the first ones to pit there. As we also have a few more people who have been declared out. It appears that the 32, the 1, and the 17 are all been declared out of this event. I have no clue what the damage is. You see the 10 car really loose off the corner. That car is definitely not handling it as he wants it to. And wow, I don't know how you save that. We got a couple more battles. Looks like pit strategies already started off. You got two more of them on pit road. You got the 21. 71 was already on pit road. And we have that one car on pit road. He's one of the ones that were declared out. I have no clue why. Must be for that something like that rear end damage there. As we're already a third of this way through this event, this race goes by here fast. As this battle here is for second place currently. Leaders already got to a 4.5 second lead. 3 Michael Skinner, Joseph Lester now up to second, and Robert Nestor trying to catch on up to Lester, although Lester is starting to gap Nestor. It's like one of those tongue twisters. As you have a little bit of a battle here, see the 81 of Brian Samuelson. He is just going to let some drivers by. The 18, the 5 here, though, is the battle we're looking at. The 18 trying to battle the 5. He is catching up that gap. The 18 on the inside, the 5 laying out on the high side. As the 5 goes and blocks the 18. 18 didn't quite have him. Didn't go right next to him as 18 goes back down low again. 18 looking down low. He gets there. The 5 has to just ride on the high side. That's not going to be what he wants to do. But that's going to be the way it is. Now we have a 3-car battle here, and it's going to become a 4-car battle. The 00 Quadra Holt trying to make another run on the high side. The 89 now looking down low. 89 low. 00 high. The 89 had again back out of the corner. Again, smart move from Sean Taylor there in the 89. Backs out. Knows he can't make the pass. Backs out. Tries again. He's see down at 89 on the low side. 00 on the high side. 00 Holt trying to defend. The 89 trying to attack. 89 currently looks like he's going to get on by the 00 as well as the 71. Oh, that's not for position. That's just the lap car of Nick Stein. He's 4 laps down. And he's going to be trying to make up some position. As you saw, these 3 cars now here trying to make battles. You see Nick Stein with fresher tires already starting just to claw through the entire field. I gotta give him a lot of credit, though. Not many people can do that. Oh, as Joseph Lester to the lead, looks like the 3 pit here. Yeah, 3 Michael Skinner. He was on pit road. I put move Joseph Lester in the 8 car up to the lead. Robert Nestor into second, and Fry Hubbard in the 18. Where you were kind of watching this battle in the 3rd. And it says 71 Nick Stein again, one of those other go faster racing cars, trying to get some of his laps back. As you gotta imagine, pit stops here shortly. You're gonna be starting here, because pit stops already did start I don't know. Fuel numbers, personally have not done any iRacing on this track, on the iRacing with these cars. But anyways, that's just doing the way that is for now. Looks like we also have a little bit of a battle here. And the 89, the 5, and the 18, this battle is not going to go anywhere for the time being. Looks like we have some other contenders. Oh, never mind, it's a lap car there. The 24 is just being a lap car. And that will be that for now. Appears that we have this battle. It looks like it's getting a little closer. The 00 and the 89. 89 again trying to make this pass. 89 looking down low. He gets there. 89 down low, backs out of the corner. You know he can't make it. He's just gonna back right back on out and try it again. Here we go. 89 now. Trying to get by this 00. You've seen this battle now for the last couple of laps. He's about over a half a second away now from the 00. And in the battle again, the 18, the 5, 00, and the 4, 89. Those four cars, they can't leave each other. They get away from one another, and then they get right back to where they started. It's crazy, actually, how close they can be to one another. As the 00 did hit the wall, he's gonna be slow. He's gonna let on by the lap car of the 9 of Damian Lester. Lester looking down low. The 00 as the 54 tries to take it up high, 3 wide. The 00, the 54, and the 9. Somehow they all got worked out. The 9 had to really check up for the 5 though, and this is what the 89 actually wants to see right here. The 89 wants the 00 to be held on up. As you see, the 3 car, this was your leader before the pit strategy started to go into play. The 00 up high still. He's just letting on cars by now. There's a bunch of lap cars that pit already. Same as the 9 and the 12. This is now for position. The closest car back to 00 Quadro Holt is the 89. He's already 5 seconds back. Actually, no, the 89 has just pit. That moves Barrett Coffee now as the next car behind Holt. So this is a 3-car battle here between the 18, the 5, and the 00. As it looks like possibly Lester tried to pit there. I don't know how. Looks like actually everyone's going that slow who's been on those tires for the same amount of time, as Lester has not pit yet. There's only now the top 8 have not pit yet. And we're just waiting to see how long it can make it on fuel. I think Joseph Lester's just going to wait it out. Use the overcut strategy. And these two strategies, the overcut is when you run out your entire fuel run until you can no longer stay out. What that's going to do is it's going to hopefully bring out caution when everyone else pits before you, which allows you then to pit, basically have a free pit stop. The other strategy is the undercut. And the other thing to the overcut, actually, while I'm mentioning this, is that you hope that the cars that pit before you burn up the tires, so when you go in the pit, you have the freshest tires and you have the fastest car on the track when you do exit the pits. The undercut, however, is completely different. You do not want a caution to come out. And at that time, you want to have the freshest tire. You get the freshest tires the earliest. Hopefully that allows you to have the fastest car to the end. And hopefully you hope those tires even out just a little bit faster for those cars that you've been getting by. So it looks like we have a battle here. The 00 and the 18. 18 now down low. 00 did get by the 18. 18 now defending. 00 attacking. 00 up high. He's going to get by the 18. Looks like we might have had another person get a little loose off the corner. This is now pretty much a 2-car battle here between Quadro Holt and Fry Hubbard. Move Holt up to second. As Joseph Lester's pit. Joseph Lester's pit, the leader, is now going to be cycled out to Quadro Holt, at least for this one lap. So, I think this is the final pit stop. I think it's going to be the only and final pit stop for Joseph Lester here. He was just trying to run it out halfway in case this thing goes caution-free, which is a good strategy. Now, let's see what Quadro Holt does. Quadro Holt, the leader, he goes into pits as well. That's going to move Fry Hubbard. He's going to pit as so is 9 again. Now, Jarrett Phillips will cycle out to be your leader here. As long as he stays out, he does stay out this one last lap here. He's the last car to not pit. So he will cycle out to be your leader. What's he going to do here? Because he's not really battling anyone. This car behind him is not for position. 77 is going to be attempting to stay out. Another lap, it looks like. The 77 here. Again, I don't know how long he can run on a set of tires, but this is definitely turning into more of an overcut strategy. The longer he stays out, the worse the cars behind him tires have gone. And he's just hoping these tires get worse and worse and worse, and he has the best car at the end. He's got a lot of shakeups here. The 41 just his pit. This moves the 3, Michael Skinner, up to second. Well, here you see the gap between the 77 and the 3. 3 on the inside, 77 on the old tires on the high side. Before he even gets to the corner, the 3 just goes right on by the 77. And that move Bennett Allen up to third. Didn't really expect to see him where he is. And Joseph Lester, bad break for him. He went from second to sixth on that last pit stop there. Don't know what all happened on that last pit stop, but he's up over a lap down from the leader. He's now 1 lap down and then some. So, bad break for the 8 of Joseph Lester. I don't know how that pit stop happened. I think possibly that overcut was the thing that cost him there. He tried to stay out while the 3 tires were all new, and that might be what the problem was. I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. That moves Austin Story up to 4th as Joseph Lester now is the first car 1 lap down. Oh, as Story's up in the fence. Story's up in the outside fence. He's now going to be limping on the inside here. Hopefully trying to get back up to speed. Story. Oh, he locks it up. About bringing out caution. No, it does not. Caution is not out. The race is still green. Michael Skinner is still your leader. First car back from Skinner is the 77. Jarrett Phillips still has not pit yet. He's ran 57 laps on those tires, the longest out of anybody this event. I believe you can only run so much longer here. There's not much longer you can run. Oh, it looks like he's going down low. 77, last car to pit, is on the apron. He should be pitting this time by. He so far is keeping it on the apron. 77 does pit. This will move Bennett Allen now up into second. Joseph Lester now up into third. The first car 1 lap down. And he's going to be trying to get caught up with your current race leader, unlap himself. And you still can't see the gap here. I try to get you a camera here to maybe see the gap. Let's see here. Maybe that one on the back stretch you might be able to see the gap. You see here, 3 just exits. The 3's about straight away ahead of the 8. So the 8 car definitely has his hands tied now in the strategy game. He has not much else in choice. And this really has let there be 2 cars on the lap, like it has noted before. The 24 Bennett Allen, the 3 on Skinner. Allen, though, looking at these 2 cars, Allen's only about a good, maybe half a straightaway from being lapped. So this is really interesting for the 3 here. And his dominant race so far, he's led the majority of the laps. That 24 of Allen now. He is on 2-lap newer tires than the 3, but the 3 just has a lot of pace. He ran a lap second about 4/10 of a second faster than the 24 there. And we're going back to the 8 car Joseph Lester. 1 1/4 seconds faster than Skinner. So the 8's definitely hunting down that car, as he does get by Skinner. So move the 8 now as the 3rd car 1 lap down. The 3rd car on the lead lap. As you can see now, the 8's trying to battle the 24. 24 defending, 8 attacking, 8 to the bottom of the track, 24 on the high side, 24 lets Lester on by. and the 24 here is just falling off. He is very well about ready to become lapped here. So the leader's last lap was a 24.9. He's 7 tenths of a second away from being lapped at this point on. So he is very well in the danger zone of being lapped, as we have a little bit of battle here. The 4 and the 5. 5 on attacking the 4. Oh, as the 5 again gets on into the outside fence. That's going to slow him down. And again, the battle is starting to creep back up. The 5 chasing down the 4. 4 trying to shake the 5. 5 now under 2 seconds, 2 tenths of a second away from the 4 car. The 4 car running a little bit higher entry. The 5 car running a lower entry. The 4 car looks like he might possibly having connection problems again. That's been a very common thing the last couple of weeks with his internet. That's a problem. That's one of the few things about internet racing. Internet is just a thing. It can happen. You can have internet problems, especially for some of these drivers who are halfway across the country from other drivers. Your connection's not always the same. It's not like in real life, we're all on the same exact track. And Ben Allen now is the first car 1 lap down. Robert Nestor has unlapped himself in the 11 car. And that's going to put Nestor up into the top 3. As we are on lap 67 of this 100 lap race, this race has just flown on by. These drivers are putting down fast laps. And the 18, the 3, this is not what the 3 wants to see. Just all these cars now getting on by him on the newer tires. Just for reference here, the 18, who is trying to get his lap back, and see now he's the first car right behind the 3. He is on under half of his old tires as the 3 car. See, that's kind of just a difference in tires. The 3 pushed early on, and he's now going to be just getting shaken farther and farther back, putting more cars on the lead lap. The gap to Lester, though, is 18.9 seconds, so there's still a good ways to go to Lester. There's a little bit more of a battle here, as you see the 3 now let the 18 by. It's 0 now trying to get his lap back, as well as battle the 18. 18 now, again, under pressure from the 0. These 2 have been at it all race. 0 chasing down the 18. 18 now trying to hold off 0. 0 now under a tenth and a half of a second from the 18. That gap's fallen back now to about 3 tenths of a second, and now it's back down to under a tenth of a second here. But the 0 now trying to get by the 18. 0 looking down low. 18. 0's down low. 18 up high. Hubbard. And the 18 on the high side, Holt on the inside. Holt gets up by the 18 of Fry Hubbard. Move Hubbard into the 5th place as Nestor pits again. Sorry, not Nestor, Skinner pits. Michael Skinner, who was your race leader, is on the 2-stop strategy. What he was doing wasn't working for him. That moves Joseph Lester up into the top spot again. And from what I saw from Lester's strategy, if this thing goes caution-free, he's staying out. He has already made his bet. He's not pitting anymore. So it's really interesting to see how Hubbard reacts. It's not Hubbard. That'll be interesting to see how the field reacts to the 3 pitting there. But that strategy also made his bet. He couldn't make it. As you saw, again, the 77 ran about 57 laps, so he tried to stay out. Realized he wasn't going to make it, so he pit for fresh tires again, hoping that he can make up some more ground. That moves Robert Nestor up to 2nd place as well, and Cavaggio Holt up into 3rd. Fry Hubbard in 4th, and Barrett Coffey now in the 5th position. Closest up that on the track is the 18.00. That's about a 0.8 of a second gap between those 2 vehicles. As it appears, we may have had more cars declare they're out of the event. Austin Story in the 23 saw his problems. Grant Thompson, Derek Jacobs, Ryan Tarnowski, Tyler Conley, Jarrett Small, and R.J. Root are all out of the event. Grant Thompson is still in the race session, so he can always still get that car repaired. But he's been out. He's been on pit road more than 6 minutes now. As now Nestor is starting to catch the 829 here. Or sorry, Nestor has caught the 8, or starting to catch the 8. The gap between the second and first place cars has now diminished to 2 7/10 of a second lead on these two vehicles. This is interesting to see because we saw Lester start on pole. Michael Skinner, though, just ran the fastest lap at 23.170. That will also be interesting to see how that shakes on out. And you also see now the 11 of Nestor hits the wall. That gap starts to actually fall back into Lester's favor in the 8 car. He doesn't want to see that gap close up. As Fryer Hubbard and the 00 still trying to chase one another down. The 18 trying to chase them the 0, as I should put it. Well, it's got the 47 now, 48 now on pit road. And 9 of Damian Lester. He looks like he may be looking down the pit. He is pitting this time. Joseph Lester and Robert Nestler are your top 2, followed by Cavaggio. Holt is the second fastest of the crew. Lester's faster than Nestor by about half a second this last time by here. And that distance between the 29 and the 8 has just been getting farther and farther and farther apart. We're already going to lap 80 of this event here. So far, the entire event has been caution-free. We've had a couple instances. Again, let's run through your cars that have been declared out. The 23, the 54 of Thompson, Jarrett Jacobs in the 7, Brian Tarnowski in the 32, Tyler Conley in the 1, Jarrett Small in the 17, the 69 of R.J. Root. We saw him lap 13 below an engine. Most maybe because they left this qualifying set on. That's why I can imagine being the case. As there really is no close battle. The field is just very separated. As you see, actually down those 0 catching the 29 on that last lap. Ran 2/10 slower than Colt, but the 8 car of Lester just ran a lap that's about the same as Nestler. So those cars are all kind of run the similar lap times. They all have similar names, the top 2 do. So we're just watching these laps tick down now as the 00 Quadra Holt really making some ground up now on the 11 of Nestler on the low side, Holt on the outside. He's been trying to make that outside work for him. As then he drops back down, and that's going to move Quadra Holt on the inside. That's going to move him up to 2nd position. Nestler now into 3rd. Joseph Lester still your leader. Fry Hubbard. Oh, as Nestler pits, that's going to move Hubbard to 3rd. Coffee to 5th. And will most likely move Donnie Gann to 5th, as we do have our first caution in the race. And trying to find what car number. Oh, that's what it's for. The 48 spun around on the back stretch. You can see the tires marks, and let's just see what happened here. Let's go and find. Oh, it's he that's the fall again. Let's find the 48 here. And here's the replay here. The 48 just lost on his own, hit the outside fence, got spun around back up the track. And he tried to drive down just to make sure he didn't get hit. That's going to bring out the first caution of the night on lap 84 of 100. Let's get the onboard now of the 48. Let's get on board with him. There we go. Here we can now see the 48. And he just lost on his own, tried to save it, overcorrected, and overcorrected again. Good move for him though, just to drop down low, make sure no one else did the exact same thing he did. we saw it happen in the Sunday night race, which is what this actually series is a feeder series for. It's a Sunday night league, and what happens is that you have to run so many clean races. I believe the number is 3. I could be incorrect though. Without incident, to prove that you're able to move on up the track to the Cup Series Sunday nights. Not broadcasted on this channel, broadcasted on another. But they had the race at Darlington, and we actually had cars who were stopped the same way that the 48 was there and get hit just because of how hard the racing was, how close the cars were side by side to other cars. Luckily, the 48 might have knew what happened last night. Maybe he just thought it was a good idea. It was a good idea regardless, and maybe had his car race day saved, albeit 3 laps down. Bennett Allen cycled out to be your leader. Cavaggio, Holt, Fry Hubbard, Joseph Lester, and Michael Skinner now are all the top 5. Your remaining lead lap cars are as follows. Donnie Gadd, who's on pit road, Barrett Coffey, Alan Hinson, Robert Nestler, and this may all cycle back out to cars that pit the second time by the lap cars. And the current pace right now, I believe we're going to be two to green from just kind of what I know about these short tracks and the iRacing. So that put us the restart with 13 to go in this race. And this will be an interesting little strategy to see how this gets pulled off. And the cars that pit under that caution flag where it's the 8, 00, Fry Hubbard, Michael Skinner in the 3, Johnny Gannon in the 5, Barrett Coffey in the 4, Jeffrey O'Rourke in the 48, as well as Chris Claw in the 10, Dave Regal, Leo Boncasa in the 8, Sean Taylor in the, I believe that would be the 70. I would like to see the 78. Let me go check my scoring here real fast. And Sean Taylor's in the 89. Sorry about that. And Bennett Allen in the 24 all pit. We are 1 in the green. And we have a lot of wave around cars here. So let's just see how this all gets cycled out. Cavaggio, Holt, Fry Hubbard, Michael Skinner, Donnie Gannon, and Barrett Coffey will make up your top 5. Joseph Lester, Bennett Allen, Alan Hinson, Robert Nestler will round out your lead lap cars with 9 cars. Lead lappers watching the field get all situated. And we have a lot of wave around cars going around. You can see there's a couple of them now starting to make their way to the back end of the field. They never pit, they stayed out a lot, and that allows them to, as long as they don't pit and they get in front of the leaders under caution. Oh, as we might have had possibly a little bit of contact there. But regardless, the iRacing pace car makes the hard left-hand turn on the pit road, and the 00 of Cavaggio Holt really gets a jump here. The 3 of Skinner also gets in line, and that moves everyone up to really move a lot of these cars up in the single file lines. I'm already all single file. First couple of them that are not single file is these are all lapped cars here. Oh, as we saw the 71, look at him. He got really sideways. Actually, that was a 77. He really got sideways. 3 wide here as they're wrecking again. Oh, as we got one around. That's going to be... Trying to find that car that went around there. Oh, as the 4 of Coffee. That's a dangerous part of the track to be in with blinking and all that, too. Where'd he go? We got a camera on the pace car here. That's not who we wanted to go look at. We wanted to look at Coffee here. That's a bad break for him. He had a good day going for him. He's going to end his night with a blown engine and 30 more minutes of iRacing required repairs. What a shame for that car. Let's go see what happened. to him. So iRacing called that on the Jarrett Phillips in 77. I don't know if that's the true cause of it, but let's go see if this is where it started. And 3 wide. No, this is not where it started, actually. Oh, it might have possibly been. I don't think that's where. Well, there's 2 separate instances. You go here. Who was the car? I'm trying to think who that car possibly is. I'm trying to read out those numbers on that car. Give me a second here. I'm just trying to see if I can find a camera angle that shows those numbers a little bit better. Okay, let's get back to that. Sorry about this here. I'm just trying to find a camera angle that can show the numbers. Oh, it's Regal. Okay. So here's 2 separate incidents. You have the 21 of Dave Regal. Gets hit. He hits the wall, spins back down. He saves it. And then, as well as we have the 4 of Coffee. He gets hit by the 5 just by a little bit, spins him around. And again, he has that blinking card problem. And that will be that incident. And see, Coffee's still running around in there. He's trying to hold his positions. He's going to pit road this time by. And Michael Skinner is your leader. Cavaggio, Holt, and Frank Hubbard currently are your top 3. And we may be 2 to go. We may still, as iRacing calls it, pacing. And we are under pacing again. If you're just joining us, this is our second caution of the event. First one was from the 48 getting loose on the bottom, come off of turn 2, spun on the backstretch, harmlessly hit the wall. Well, it would have been harmless if he didn't hit the wall, barely tapped the wall, and then that brought the caution again. This is the restart with less than one lap after the restart. We had a bunch of 3 wide racing, very over aggressive racing here, which is to be expected. Here, these drivers are racing for the win. It's less than 10 to go, and they're trying to get every position they can. Just got a little aggressive, spun out, and this is what we're under caution for now. And the iRacing pace car turns off those lights. That will bring us to restart with 94 out of 100. So that will be about 7 to go. Your top 5 on the restart will be Michael Skinner in the 3, Cavaggio Holt on the outside, Johnny Gadden inside on the second row, Fry Hubbard will be on the inside on the second row, Johnny Gadden will be on the outside of the second row, and then Joseph Lester will be your third row on the inside, with Bennett Allen being the outside car in the third row. The iRacing pace car is getting ready to send them loose again, let them go. We have a nice clean race until we had that caution, and let's hope we can finish out this race strong. These drivers definitely have put a good race on for us today. We'll have to applaud them for the first 87 laps without caution. That's pretty tough to do with this track from what I've seen. Even in real life, you don't see many 87 lap green flag runs. The iRacing pace car makes the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. The 3 gets a huge jump, sends Skinner up to the top spot. Cavaggio Holt definitely didn't get nearly as big of his jump. He's going to get possibly past an 18. And Fry Hubbard, oh, the 00 goes around. He saves it. The 8 car saves it. No, the 00 does not save it. The 00 spins out on his own. Caution is back out in this race. I saw that start. I thought he had a save, got into another car. A lot of them all still saved it, but then that's not how it happens. Let's look at the replay here. You can see, well, we have to go back maybe a little further than I thought we did. Here on the restart, you see, 0 does not get going. These two cars, maybe he can push by the 24, just keeps on going. The 0 gets into the 8. 8 saves it, 0, and the 5 are the ones caught in that. And then the 41, all of them trying to take evasive action. We're caught in it. Let's take it. Let's maybe get the onboard with the 5 possibly. Maybe that'll be a. Let's go check this cockpit view. Let's go see what he sees again. 0. Looks like he just slowed way up there. If I didn't really expect that, the 0 then try to stay. 5 got into him again. And then at this point, the caution was not out yet until then. So let's go take maybe a look at the 8, because we saw the 8 how he got involved. Let's take a look at his onboard. You see the 0 again. Really slows up going to turn 1. Maybe didn't expect as many cars behind him. Again, the 0 response to the 8. And a good save from Lester. I will applaud him on the save. That was pretty good. It could have been a lot worse in his car. He's had a very clean night. And let's go to maybe let's go to our blimp cam. It's just a restart here again. 0 slows way up, gets it to the 8, saves it. 0 tries to save again, gets into 24, goes back up to the 9. That spins him around. Then we have a couple of them still trying to take evasive action. They all spin out and hit each other, and that's just all evasive action right there. The 0 right now is on pit road. And Michael Skinner is being scored your leader. We should be at probably 2 to green now at this point. That will be. If that's the case, I'll post that green-white checkered finish. An actual green-white checkered, if it's any more than that, will end up be going under the green flag checkered finish as any case from pretty much here on out to what it's going to be. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout here. Let's explain the 2-lap shootout rules, even though this might not become a 2-lap, a technical green-white checkered. It's going to be the same length, going to be the same rules. The leader can restart, and really restarts the race. If the leader makes it to the white flag, the next flag, rather that be the caution or the checkered, will end the race. If the leader does not get to the start-finish line to take the white flag, then, and we have another caution, then we'll re-rack them again and do that over and over and over again until we reach the green-white checkered limit for, and I believe there may be unlimited green-white checkered to this series. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, there was a very large number of them. Let's hope we don't have to use them all. There it is. We should be taking one in the green here now, if I'm correct. But we will wait and see here what the iRacing pace car has to tell us. And the iRacing pace car says, well, the flag man says it will be 1 to green. So let's take you through our restart order here. Starting on the outside will be the 3 of Michael Skinner. He chose the outside line. The 18 of Fry Hubbard will be on the inside. 24 of Bennett Allen on the outside. Second row, the 8 car of Joseph Lester on the inside. Restarting 3rd in the second row, Robert Nestor. So it looks like we have a couple of them still trying to sort out here. It looks like that Robert Nestor in the 11 car will be the car, 3rd row car on the inside, and Alan Hinson will be the 3rd row outside car. Let us now see what we've been waiting for here the last 2 laps. The iRacing pace car will make that hard left-hand turn. You see him now. Oh, as Hubbard goes, and I don't think he knew what was going on. Hubbard was not the one supposed to restart the race, and this really messed up the field. Hubbard's just off and away. He has up over a 3-second lead now over the field. He's just going to drive away with this thing. The 3 never got going. Green flag's in the air. So I don't know how Race Control is going to deal with that. The 8 car now just flying on by, trying to make more moves. The 8 car of Lester now trying to hold off the 24. Looks like the 18 right now has this race won as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Let's go talk about the 18 here. That restart he just drove by. We're going to go look at replay of that. He's going to win this race as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Come off of turn 4 here now. He's got a battle here now. The 8 and the 24. 24 now is going to be under battle from the 11. As the 11 makes a hard impact to the wall, he kept it in front of the 81 to finish the race. Michael Skinner in the 3 car ran your fastest lap of the event. And let's go take a look at this replay here. That was a huge jump on... Oh, it's Michael Skinner. Or sorry, the 18 appears to have been... I'm looking at my scoring here. I don't even see the 18 on my scoring anymore. Let me go get a quick look at what is going on here. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that little bit of an outage we had there. As the 3 wins the race, I'm looking for the 18 on my scoring. And he doesn't even appear on my scoring, but let's go look at see what happened here. Was the 3 not even part of the equation? I thought he was. Maybe he was not part of the equation the entire time. I could have swore he was. Because he had that 3-second lead over Skinner there. So Skinner drove away with it, but we have to go look at that restart here. Because that restart was very... Yeah, this 18 car. Who was this 18? Just out of curiosity, can I find out who that is? Why can't I'm trying to get it. Fry Hubbard. Because you look here, let's go back. We'll show you the entire replay here. Might be a little bit sped up as you see this one. So the 3 was the leader at the time of wanting to go. He chose the high side. That's illegal in the 650 series here. And they go in and watch this jump by the 18. And let's look at that. He was not the control car. And he just drove by. You know what? I wonder if he got DQ'd by racing. That's indeed what happened. He got DQ'd by racing for jumping the start, passing the leader. And he's going to end up finishing 9th, actually, believe it or not, with that DQ. What he could have done was stay in the 2nd place. However, he just took the jump. And the 3 never had a chance. But we're going to see if we can get some interviews here. After looking through that restart here. Let's go see if we can see who the top 3 is here. And I don't know where Ticker will end up going. It appears our ticker is broken right now. So sorry about that. I'm just looking to see if we can pull up the 96, or we can pull up Michael Skinner here. Michael Skinner was a race winner. Let's go see if we can pull him up here into the broadcast booth. And Michael Skinner, your race winner. On that crazy restart there, you had the 18 jumping to your inside there. Can you explain to us what the fans are, since I'm still kind of confused about what happened there? Looks like you might have chose the
Yeah,
high side.
I'm not really sure. I think he just had a brain fart moment and just gunned it.
Because it looked like you might have chose the inside outside. Is that legal still in this Xfinity series here? We're able to choose the inside or the
Yeah,
outside?
yeah,
Okay.
I chose the outside.
Okay, so when you choose the outside, personally I've never done this on the iRacing service. Does that still put you as the control car?
Correct.
Okay, so that's what we were piecing together here. It looked like the 18
Yep.
just took off.
Yeah, I think he just had a brain fart moment and just gunned it.
And you were scored the leader. He looked like he was actually DQ'd. We were trying to find him on our scoring here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a black flag for passing me.
For passing under yellow. That's what I thought possibly was the case as well. But it looked like you had the dominant car there. It was the battle of two different pit strategies. It looked like you had the pit strategy with the undercut the entire time. It looked like, and then the 8 car there, your biggest rival, it looked like the entire race. He ran it out to the longest as he could. Hopefully he could stay out the longest. What went into that pit strategy, if you mind going into that?
Well, it's 100 laps, and from doing official races, an A Open is usually around 100 laps, somewhere around there, and it's actually faster if you do a 2-stop versus doing a 1-stop. So I figured once we got to 35, I realized we're pretty spread out. I didn't get that feel that we're gonna wreck it. So I figured we're gonna try the 2-stop, and if it went green to the end, I would have passed them all anyways. So So yeah, I was kind of hoping it went green to the end, but we still got the win, so a win's a win.
All right, thank you. And do you have any sponsors, family, friends you want to thank for this?
Yeah, I gotta
tonight?
thank FFR, for bringing another good car this week in the Xfinity Series. I believe this is 3 in a row down here in the Xfinity Series. So just gotta thank them for bringing good cars, and gotta thank Snapchat for paying the bills. I wreck a lot of cars.
Thank you. This was a race winner, Michael Skinner. And we'll hopefully see him again next week for Circuit of the Americas, is it?
Yeah, it is Coda.
All right, let's see. Maybe we'll see you back in victory lane. And let's see if we can get our second place finisher here. Or sorry, let's get our third place finisher here of Bennett Allen. Bennett Allen, this is the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes.
All right, we saw you here on that crazy restart as well. Looked like the 18 chose had the inside line, gunned it. You ended up being one of the beneficiaries of that. Got third. What went into this race? Definitely was not the easiest race for you. It looked like you also had that same strategy as the 3 had there, where you followed him, ran 2 stops. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did do the 2-stop strategy. I was trying to. I didn't think I was going to finish well because my car was just really tight in the long run and tires just were gone. My first pit stop, then it wasn't perfectly timed, so it was a huge setback. Second stop was better, then luckily that caution came out and I got the lucky dog, and then the cautions fell into our favor. I did got caught up in that second to last wreck, and with Gravage. I don't know what happened. I was pushing the 5, trying to get the 5 a good push into the corner, and I couldn't see in front of me. And but other than that, it was a great race. I would thank Grant Thompson for being there on my side, and he wrecked out earlier in the race, and he was a good help during the last restarts. And I want to thank everyone at SNN, MNN, and all the great people around here who helped this thing possible, made this thing possible, and yeah. I mean, it's Dover, so it's going to be weird.
Yeah, Miles the Monster definitely was hungry there, and he ended up being fed the last couple last about 15 laps there. One other question: I know the big storyline exiting this race will be that last restart there with the 18. What did you think as soon as you saw that car take off there?
I knew he wasn't the control car for one. I knew the 3 was the control car. And so I was about to go. I started pushing the 3. I was like, oh, wait, he's not a control car. So I was waiting, and people behind me started pushing me and going around me, and they started checking up. And I just was focusing on everyone just kind of being chaotic, and I didn't have enough time to hit the gas. I think I could have raced Joseph pretty well for second. I was hoping for a second place finish, but it was nuts. I just knew that 18 wasn't the leader, because he was supposed to be second, I believe. So it sucks. It does suck for the 18, but luckily he still gets a top 10 out of that. So I mean, it's just it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
All right, thank you. This was your third place finisher here of Bennett Allen. And let's move to our second place finisher here, Joseph Lester. Joseph Lester, this is the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, again, we've asked everyone we've interviewed about this. What was your thoughts about that last restart there? You know, the chaos that happened and other such. What is your thoughts on that, and what did you see from the car?
All I saw was Kavaja's track, honestly. I don't want to say anything about it until I see exactly what happened, because I don't it's wrong, and I just want to make a fair judgment on it.
All right, that's all. That's all fine. That's better than saying some things are wrong. I understand that. Another thing is that you had that one-stop strategy. You're one of the few cars. I think we only had 5 cars that we counted that were on that overcut one-stop strategy. What was what went into making that process? If you heard the same process from the 3 car there, what went into your thought process for making that again one-stop strategy?
I knew I wasn't going to be able to beat Skinner, unless I did something different, and I decided to just split it halfway. I actually had a tire going to the cords, 3%, and I mean, I wasn't running that bad of lap times. It was just everybody else was on faster tires.
All right, thank you. And one last question there. Again, you led a bunch of laps. What does this do for your morale here going through the next couple of races? Looks like we also have Coda, and then Charlotte would be our next couple of them. How do you think that morale will affect the 8 team here in the Xfinity Series?
Honestly, I just wanted to have a clean race. After what happened last night, I just need to string together 3 straight clean races without any incidents. And I did that tonight, and I'm happy about it. And I'm going into Dakota, my worst track. I'm just going to try to survive. I mean, that's all I can do, really.
Well, you do know what they say, practice does make perfect, and for some of those road races, that's maybe what some people, these drivers need, especially since these drivers, for anyone who doesn't know who's watching the broadcast right now, these drivers mostly race on ovals. There's only, am I correct, 6 road course races this year?
I believe it was 6 left, 7 this year.
7 this year, and out of 32 different races.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's not many road course races this year. So that's why, again, these road courses, they're big. They can shake up the fields. Anyways, not to take up any more of your time here, Joseph. Anyone want to thank any family, sponsors, friends, anyone who got you here today?
Just like to thank my parents, my sponsors, on the Move Angie, always on the Move Angie, I'm sorry. My team, Go Faster and Gen X Racing. I'd just like to say that I couldn't have got it through that whole race without my teammates, without having an incident.
All right, thank you. This is your second place finisher here of Joseph Lester. Thank you for your time. And with that, we will wrap up the broadcast. Thank you all for watching. Let's go run through your final results here, as long as that's not broken, and it is. So we will just tell you the final results. The 3 Michael Skinner was your race winner. Joseph Lester and Bennett Allen round out your top 3. Robert Nestor and Ryan Samuelson round out the top 5. Alan Hinson, Jarrett Phillips, Fajo Holt, Fry Hubbard. Again, the big story around the 18 car, that was the driver Fry Hubbard. He finished 9th on the lead lap. 10th place car was Devin Medeiros, and 2 laps down. 3 laps down would be Leo Picasso and Jeffrey O'Rourke. Nick Stein and Sean Taylor, as well as Donnie Gann, round out the top 15. Chris Claw, Dave Regal, Barry Coffey, Damon Lester, and Austin Story round out your top 20. 21st will be Grant Thompson, Derek Jacobs, Ryan Chernowski, Tyler Conley, Jarrett Small, and RJ Root round out those top 5 drivers. Thank you all. This was the Gamecast Racing Network. Back again, just as a reminder, we will be moving channels to an actual physical Gamecast Racing Network YouTube channel. So make sure you go subscribe to that for your new races here. We're going to, like I said, we're going to be changing where we are broadcasting. We actually would have been there today if it wasn't because we had other problems and forcing us to go back here. But until then, thank you all for your time. Thank you all for watching Monday Night NASCAR at Dover. Next week, like we said, it will be at Circuit of the Americas. It's a road course race down in Texas, about 40 minutes away from Dallas, Fort Worth. And again,